Hello and welcome back to another episode of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty. I'm Jeff Barnes, owner and managing broker of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. Thank you guys for tuning back into this week's episode. And before we get started, please do me a favor, get down in the description. My email is below if you have any direct questions about real estate, and especially real estate in the state of Florida. Also, too, as a courtesy, there's a property valuation tool. Find out what that home you want to buy or sale is worth in today's market. It'll give you a good idea of where the market is saying the house you want to sell or buy would go for currently, or where you could kind of start negotiation and pricing and all that good stuff. All that is free. Of course, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, guys. All that is just educational material on the page if you're a buyer or a seller. So all this stuff, guys, comes down to how to navigate this real estate game, this real estate market. And guys, I got to tell you, this is what I have multiple YouTube channels, and I have fun on this channel because I get to kind of talk about business and help people navigate through the real estate buying and selling process. But I got, somebody hit me up on my text and was like, "Hey, Jeff, I don't live in Florida, but what should I pay? What should I pay a realtor to list my house? What should I pay a realtor to list my house?" So I said, okay, that's going to be my next episode on Buy Now, Sell Now Realty TV. What should I pay my realtor? Okay. Now, y'all got to understand with the new rules, buyers responsible for paying their agent commission and the seller's responsible for paying their agent commission. So because I am a realtor, guys, I have to kind of make sure you know that. Now, on the flip side, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a sale between two parties. Okay, always remember that. And so the first thing I want to let everybody know is that the biggest issue with the real estate process is where sellers and buyers get off track is thinking about the real estate commission first. If y'all want to see somebody battle, the one thing the seller or the seller hates talking about the commission because they think the real estate agent is ripping them off. And the buyer hates to call a real estate agent because they think they're going to have to pay them. And it shows you how many people are not aware of how the real estate system or the real estate listing system works, right? So just know, guys, the seller pays the listing agent a fee. Typically in the past, the listing agent would actually share a portion of that commission with the buyer's agent because it's a cooperative thing, okay? Well, now because of the antitrust laws and the big lawsuit that the National Association of Realtors had to settle, can't do that anymore. Can't do that anymore on the surface, okay? The buyer's agent has to make sure the buyer understands that it's their responsibility. Now, what the buyer's agent does, guys, the buyer's agent can still negotiate with the selling agent to have their pay come out of the commission that the seller agent is going to receive. So let's just put that out there to make sure everybody knows that, yes, it's the buyer's responsibility to pay their agent and it's the seller's responsibility to pay their agent. However, the negotiation can still happen, and as long as both seller and buyer agree, you can still have a traditional setup. Okay, so it hadn't gone anywhere. It just has to be more transparent, and you have to negotiate it in on both sides now versus what it used to be an unwritten rule. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this, because this is why people are going to tune into this video, right? You don't want to hear about National Association of Realtors, antitrust lawsuit, all that kind of stuff. What should I pay my realtor? Okay, what should I pay my realtor? And you guys have heard the cliche, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate for. That should be everybody's mentality when you're dealing with a realtor. And the realtor should want you to be like that. Your agent should want you to be like that. And the reason being, guys, is this. The reason being is this. How much should you pay? Traditionally, you would see a 5 to 6% commission paid by the seller to the listing agent. Then the listing agent would divvy out to the buyer agent how that would be paid. So if you had $100,000 house, $6,000 would be paid to the listing agent upon closing. Then that listing agent would pay anywhere from 50 to 60% of that commission to the buyer's agent. So let's just start with the traditional, where you're going to have most people if you're listing a property, okay, if you're listing a property, right, you're looking at 5 to 6% traditionally. But guys, as we know, there's no tradition. If you're looking to buy a property, you're gonna, if it's a realtor, they're gonna make you sign a waiver and all that kind of stuff. Let you know that this is a buying agreement. You're gonna be responsible. Blah 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 blah. 5 to 6% is traditional. Okay, on the listing side, on the selling side, I mean on the buy side, there was never anything about what you were going to pay your agent because they got it from the listing agent. So let's talk about the buy agent for a second. Do you want to be transactional, or do you need a full service coach? There's no in between if you're on the buy side. If you want to be transactional, okay, or do you want full service? Now, what does that mean? If you want full service, I'm going to negotiate with the listing agent to get you to pay me. But if you want to be transactional, okay, you got two options. You can pay me by the hour, or you can pay me by the job. Hey, Jeff, I want you to provide me a CMA. Okay, cool. CMA costs this amount. Whatever the agent may charge $150 to do a CMA. Hey, Jeff, I need you to write offers for me. Okay, no problem. I'm going to charge you $250 to write offers, and that includes 2 or 3 counters or whatever. I'm just giving you guys some numbers on where to kind of start negotiating wise. Hey, Jeff, I want to go see houses. Okay, it's $100 to see each house because we don't have an agreement in place. We're operating as transaction brokers, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to be on the hook. So you go for every house we see, it's $100, right? So again, guys, I think what you're going to see on the buy side, what do you need? You're going to have to, if you don't go full service with the agent coordinating everything, you're going to have to pay for, you may want to have somebody write your offers. You may want to have somebody get you into properties that may have a super key on it or some type of a lockbox that only agents can get into, right? You want to see properties, you want to write orders, you want to CMA because you want to know what the comps in the area are, unless you know how to research that stuff yourself. But if you want it in a nice, fancy, easy to read situation, you go with an agent for that. What title company, who's coordinating with the title company, who's coordinating with inspection, who's coordinating with mortgage officers, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to have me put you in touch if you want me to coordinate putting you in touch with my providers that I use on the buy side, title companies, real estate lawyers, inspections, appraisers, mortgage officers, all that stuff gonna come at a fee, guys. So we can a la carte the thing, right? Starting at a baseline of, you can pay me per hour or you can pay me per event. Okay. But if you want full service, I'm going to work with the agent on the listing side to see if they'll pay me. And if they say no, you're going to owe me half of what they made. Okay. In a separate transaction. And you guys know right now, mortgages can't include real estate commission. But I can tell y'all like this, with Donald Trump in office, don't be surprised if mortgage won't include real estate commissions. Okay. So think about it like that, guys, because now the seller doesn't have to end up paying his agent as much, and the buyer gets an agent and she's paying for it or he's paying for it. So just think about it like that. Now let's go to the listing side. You can pay me my full service. Now, here's what I do, guys. Here's what I do when I do real estate transaction. If I list your property, I don't want your listing more than 90 days. A lot of people, we call it buy now, sell now for a reason. I have tiered commissions for 0 to 30 days on the market, 31 to 60 days on the market, 61 to 90 days on the market. Okay. I have tiered commissions for that because my goal is to get your house moved as quickly as possible. Now, what does that mean? It means that most people, when a house goes on the market, 30 days is when you really want to see it move. That's when the seller agent has the most listing negotiation power. So what happens is, guys, negotiate tiered commission. Tell the agent, look, I'll pay more. I've done some deals where I've started out with 10% commission if I get it done within a certain amount of time, right? So again, negotiate on performance. See, when you're on the seller side, you can pay for transactions too. Hey, come give me a CMA. Come give me a valuation. Come give me, I don't know, give me, how do I put it? You can write me up you can put me in the MLS. You can put me in the MLS. You can give me comps. You can uh uh what else you gonna do? You can put me in contact with your people who gonna help get the property ready for sale. Photographs, right? You can just do the marketing of the property and you charge me for that. But there's ways to do it transactionally, guys. Same thing with title company and all this good stuff. The biggest thing with how you look at the process is understanding negotiating the commission should be tied to performance on the sales side. It should be more if you get it done quicker and less the longer it sits on the market. Okay. The number one thing I'm telling you guys, if you're a seller right now, only do 60 or 90-day listing agreements if you're going to pay a full service commission. Only do 60 to 90 days. At the end of the day, guys, every agent out there knows that if I'm trying to get this house sold, I'm trying to get it sold quick. Okay. But if you want to know how much you should pay a tiered service based on how quick it moves. And a lot of people hate that I'm going to say that as a realtor, but you should be paying a tiered service on how quickly it moves on the sales side. If you're a seller right now, I should not be paid for day one on the market at the same rate that it was 170 days on the market. Right? Because guess what? If it's on the market that long, you taking a price cut, right? So should the agent, because we should be doing everything we can marketing wise, advertising wise to get that property moved. And you, on the other hand of the seller, you have to listen to your agent. You can't be fighting your agent. You can't ask for the top tier price if you need repairs and all that kind of stuff. Listen to the agent, and then y'all start working together. Because one of the things that's hurting a lot of these people is they don't think the agent's doing anything to market their property, to sell their property. That's why you got to close that window of 180 days and never sign a renewal deal after 180 days, guys. That agent ain't the one for you. Okay. But you also are going to have to make some adjustments to the property as well. But 60 to 90 days, you shouldn't have another listing. You shouldn't have a listing longer than that. And that's what's going to get you power. Now, here's what's going to happen. Commission on the front end going to be higher because if they can get it done within a quick time frame, because y'all are working together and you listen to your agent and you did what the agent said, and boom, this house is ready to move because the agent got access to information that's going to help the property move. And if you do what they say, it's going to move. Well, there should be a premium paid for that. Okay, so whatever your percentage is may go up in the first 30 days, but on 60 to 90, it's going to go down. Okay, and that's what people got to do on the sales side. So how much should you pay your agent? That's the best part. It depends on how good you are at negotiation. It depends on what you need. Are you more of a transactional person who know a little bit to be dangerous but can close the deal with just a little help? Or do you need a full service coach and consultant and partner in this real estate process? I know it can be a little bit crazy and everybody hates videos that say it depends. But guys, yeah, it depends. How much should you pay? You find an agent. I had a person ask me the other day, Jeff, I just need somebody to write up offers, right? He said, how much you charge for that? And I said, I gave him a cost on writing it up. And I said, you know what? Tell me what you want to pay. And if I can't help you, I'll tell somebody who will write it up for that. You see what I'm saying, guys? Agents know agents who are full service, who first time home buyer, luxury, vacation, condo. There's people who can do transactional FSBO type stuff and all that kind of stuff. And that's what you guys got to understand. Because sometimes it ain't what you're going to pay your agent. You probably need somebody to refer you to an agent who can meet your needs. And that's the real takeaway. Man, I appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty. Again, I'm Jeff Barnes, managing broker and owner of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty down here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Look below in the description. My email is below. And also, too, guys, click on that link. That property valuation is down there free of charge if you want to know what your property may go for on the open market, whether you buying or selling, guys. And I just appreciate the support. Make sure you guys share this with anybody who's in real estate, man. And until next week, make it a great week, guys. Take care, everybody.